mean, this is when you got to do it, when nobody's watching. I guess I'm a little bit, I guess I can't really say that anymore. You're always fucking watching. So I'm a little bit blessed in that sense. I'm never really alone when I'm lifting. But in all honesty, I mean, that's where you really got to push it. I've said this before, if you can't have a good lift without your buddies or, you know, a bunch of other guys hyping you up, then I don't know, like, to an extent, I want to say, like, you know, how bad do you want it? You know, if it's just you, don't worry, these lifts add up. You will fucking get something out of it. And not just like something to show off to other people either. I was thinking this to myself, just if you kind of try to self-analyze your own motivators, what do you think is pushing you harder? To impress other people or to impress yourself? I'm not a fucking psychologist, so I can't really get into it too much deeper than that, but just something to think about, you know? Just something to freaking think about. So, what's the point of the lift? Is it to just come in here forever? Or is it to do as much volume as necessary to stimulate growth and then fucking get out of here? To do something with your own hands and to see the results that come from it is going to give you an exponentially deeper understanding of what you're doing than just listening to someone tell you how to do it. Right? Who do you think is going to learn how to drive better? The guy who actually gets in a car, or some dude who read a book on how to drive? Right? It's pretty fucking basic shit. You can talk all the smack you want about anybody for whatever reason in a lifting context, but if they've got results doing what they're doing, then smack talk on it is, it's useless. Because at the end of the day, talk is talk. And this doesn't go for lifting, this goes for just fucking life. If somebody says this and so, but then they act in the complete opposite, then you can't trust what they're saying, you gotta trust what they're doing. It gets easier to go hard. The longer that you lift, that level of exertion that you're able to reach on a set by set basis, it will gradually increase. But I think a lot of people get stuck in the state of just doing lifts with the same intensity that they've been doing for months or years before. So no wonder the majority of people in the gym, after their initial phase of, initial progress, I think they just fucking stagnate. As you progress, and I'm not talking about you specifically, I guess I'm just talking about all lifters everywhere, whatever, right? You should get better at pushing yourself. Right? The act of pushing yourself to failure, of enduring a hard set and really exerting yourself, that's a skill. That's something that you're going to improve as you do it more and more often. Just because you're doing something and you are getting some results does not mean that that's the best way to go about it for you specifically. Maybe if your lift is just a touch long and you're in here for a bit of a marathon, I'm not saying you're not doing good work and you're not going to get results, but to an extent, you may be doing a little bit too much unnecessarily. And even for me, that's a hard thing to fathom. Like the idea, even just hearing too much, like it sounds like a challenge. So it's kind of contradictory, but I mean, do as much as you need, get a pump, get fatigued. Go home and eat, and you're good. If you just listen to a random cookie cutter plan that someone else said, how do you fucking know if that's gonna work for you? Right? You gotta try this shit out for yourself. Dude, I got fucked up last night. Now, obviously I hear that, but I never hear that statement followed by or preceded by, this is the best workout I've ever had. The things just don't go two and two, man. I mean, you're legitimately stressing yourself in a way which is gonna interfere with your gains. I'm not saying don't get blackout drunk on the regular because I'm a health nut. And I'm like, oh, well, it's bad for you. That's not my perspective. I'm saying, if you're, well, I guess I don't know how bad you want it, but if you do kind of want to make enough progress where you can stand out, right? Differentiate yourself from the herd. Don't just be like I don't want to be mean, but kind of like a background character in your gym, right? And people they know when you walk in. I just don't think going out is going to help you. If he sees this, he probably knows I'm talking about him. Call me a wet blanket. But you're not going to be able to fucking say shit about how good of a chest pump I'm going to have later because I didn't drink last night or the night before that or X number of nights before that.